Let's get it, YouTube. Well, today is a day for, I guess, all people, a little life lesson. That's what I'm going to call it. This is a two-part story. Uh, this is about a young man in Milwaukee who lost his life running from the police. Now, they're saying allegedly this car that he burnt up in, well, he burnt up right outside of it, but that this car was involved allegedly in a drive-by and that it was allegedly a stolen car. That part, I don't know. But I do know that this young man, when asked by the police to pull over, they got up behind him, he wouldn't pull over. He made a split-second decision to lead them on a chase. And that chase led him to losing his life. He is no longer here with us. He was 17 years old. Just not even an adult yet. Still in his teenage years. Making life-altering decisions on the fly. And I'm just here to tell everybody this. When the police stop you, whether you have done right or wrong, pull over. If you're brave enough to do things outside of the law, be brave enough to handle the consequences, because consequences does and do come with your actions. The police wouldn't be able to do a lot of work if you didn't give them work to do. So when you're out robbing people, stealing, unaliving people, essays, PDF, and whatever you out here doing, scamming, whatever you doing, credit cards, whatever you're doing, if you are brave enough and you make the decision to walk in such a life, be able to handle the consequences of these actions. Why run when you know you did it? Face up to it. There's no reason to put up a fight, put up a ruckus, have a bad attitude when the police catch you. You know what you had previously, before being in contact with them, you knew what your life was all about. But yet and still, you chose to go forward with these things outside the law. But people are so quick to blame the law. If you leave the law alone, 9 times out of 10, they're going to leave you alone. Because if they see you walking the right way, you're working in the community, you're doing things to uplift your family, they not trying to be involved with you because there's so much other things going on. They're not even going to pay attention to you because you're doing the right thing. So if more people, I'm talking to my youngsters, I'm talking to my old people, and all of that. When the police stop you, I see people having attitudes, they're having back and forth, and I've had some too, don't get it twisted. I felt they were wrong, I voiced my opinion, bam, yes I did. I was wrong for that, because I knew the situation, I was right in the situation, and that they were wrong, and I could have handled it later. That's just like if a police comes up to your car, asks for your documents and things like that. You give them your documents. They come back and they're hollering or screaming at you. You don't have to holler and scream at them. You can go make a report on them. We are citizens. We can go make a report and say, hey, I didn't appreciate the way that this officer treated me, and if you have proof, pull that proof out. and show that you were doing what you were supposed to be doing as a citizen. A lot of times when these police have to go on a police chase, their adrenaline is high. So their actions sometimes come from that adrenaline rush. Stop giving them the adrenaline rush. You're giving them the adrenaline rush that's making them twitchy, anxiety, fearful, all these type of things. Because even though you have a weapon on your side, that they know that they're not invincible with that weapon on their side. So anytime that an action occurs, they're in just as much distress as the person that's causing them to have to chase them, or whatever, on feet, on car, or whatever. So we need to teach our kids that we have to take accountability for our actions. We can't blame other people because we decided to do things against the law. That's not that their job is to enforce the law. Stop helping them do their job. You keep helping them do their job because you keep doing wrong. You keep the prison systems running. You keep the court systems running overboard. It's just overloaded. You keep attorneys making a lot of money. These lawyers, they, when you get in trouble, you're going to have to come out some real money. And if your track record is bad, you're going to have to come out with double the money. So, people, when you are pulled over for a traffic citation, a traffic violation, you're on probation. First of all, if you on probation, you ain't supposed to be doing all this hanging out and all that with your peoples. You supposed to be trying to get your life together. See, that's what they give you probation for, is so that you can realize, hey, the behaviors and stuff that I was doing, those things is kind of hindering me. It's hindering my life. I now have a record. I'm in the system. I need to lay back. I need to chill. And I need to do some different things. I don't need to be hanging out with the fellas. I don't need to go out chasing the girls. I don't need to go out and just be out willy-nilly hanging at the park like I used to. When you're on probation, you're supposed to be doing things 24 hours a day to change your life, to let that court system know that this is not what you intend your life to be. So we everybody talking about the judge is bad. You keeping the judge in work. You keep going in front of him. Now he throwing people in jail. He throwing you in jail because you're the one that is funding. You're funding the system with your crimes, with your infractions. Now, the only thing that I don't understand about the system is they put nonviolent offenders with violent offenders. That part I don't understand. That's not on me to understand. Maybe one day we can get that changed, because a lot of violence goes on in these places when you're put in there and you're just in there for some tickets. Okay. But, first of all, don't put yourself in that situation. And if you don't put yourself in that situation, you can't be put in that situation. If you're at home chilling with your family, your kids, because everybody always say, oh, Your Honor, you need to let me go because I have kids and this and that. Did you think about those kids when you were doing those criminal offenses? Oh, well, I was trying to get money for my family, and no McDonald's job or Walmart or Amazon job that ain't gonna feed my family. Guess what? If you in jail, you can't feed your family because your friends ain't really your friends. And they is not about to drop by there every week and help pay no rent, no shoes, no clothes, and no money. So if you really care about your family that you have made, then you're going to be there with them. You're going to be there helping with homework. You're going to be there watching movies with them. You're going to be at the crib saving money so that you can take your kids and your family on a trip. and not out here with these people that are doing these things outside the law. I ain't been the best citizen in the country. Nobody would ever claim Val been the best citizen of her city. No, I've done many things, but guess what? I learned my lesson. Stay in your lane, leave a lane alone, and they leave you alone, right? Because if you're not, I haven't been in any trouble in so many years, and guess what? They don't even bother me. They don't even bother me. I've even been pulled over and everything and given no tickets. Because guess what? It's nothing. There's nothing on me because I'm not into doing anything. Because I learned the law won. How they say you fought the law and the law won. In my case, the law won. But it gave me a lesson for life. Let them stay in their lane. Let them do what they doing. You stay over here in a positive lane and help other people, help yourself at the same time, and you keep moving on with life. And you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to tell people how to drive if you're in the car with them because you scared the police gonna pull you over because you in trouble. I've been through that. I've been through that where I wanted to put my foot on that gas too. But then I had to think about it. It's not just me walking in this life with me. I have a whole bunch of people walking in this life with me. And if I run from a situation, I may be putting the officer in a spot where he has to do something to stop me, right? If he pulls me over, I get violent, I get attitude-ish. He's automatically going to get attitude-ish and be on the verge of some violence himself because I've said this before, the things that these officers see every day, they got PTSD too. They're just like us because they're seeing so many things. Like we may see one situation a day, but they may have came up on 30 situations in a day. Even if they weren't in the situation, they heard it from other officers. So you carry this type of stuff with you as you're walking around and you're encountering other people. They may have just pulled you over because your tail light was out. But you decide, oh, my license bad. I ain't got no insurance. I'm going to run. Those same people just came from a crime scene that was so devastating to them that they're overwhelmed. But now they got to chase you. Now you make their situation worse and you making your own situation worse because now when you see the judge is going to say, hey, they were stopping you because your tail light was out. And you decided to escalate the situation and you ran. Now I got to do something to you that I normally don't want to do. But actions cause reactions. People, stay safe on these roads. Stay out of criminal activities. If you decide, I can't tell you whether to do those types of things. I wish you wouldn't. But if you're going to do it, just know that there are consequences that come with your actions. And don't blame other people when your actions go awry. Because you already know your people going to blame the police. They going to blame the police did this and the police did that and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And sometimes, and a lot of times, they do and they don't. Both ways. But in a lot of circumstances, a lot of these things that happen to people out here, they bring them on themselves. You know, like this 17-year-old, rest in peace, young fella, Raki, rest in peace. To his family, total condolences. Because no one wants to keep seeing our young people out here outside on the ground not with us anymore. We don't want to see that. That's not what we're here for. I'm here to give lessons to the people who are going to watch this horrific video. You got to go look at it. I'm not going to put it on my channel because it's too horrific to show. But you're going to see a guy who was trying to get out of the car after the police surrounded it and the car was on fire, and then the fire, he fell probably from being woozy from the accident and fell and then became engulfed in flames and they couldn't even save him. And a chick standing there videoing, telling people to call the police. Stop videoing and call the police. If you see a situation and you know that the police need to be involved and you can't take care of that situation, you don't video. Call the police yourself. If you're there first on the scene, you no need to holler to tell somebody else when you have a good, perfectly working phone in your hand. Stop recording someone else's misery and call the police to get them some real help, because if the fire people could have gotten there first, gotten there in time, they could have saved this young man. So we need to stop doing that also. When we come upon scenes, the first thing we're doing is we're videoing. We're not trying to help that person. Most of these people around there, they videoing. They're not going to put that camera down and help this person. See, this is the kind of society we went to, that you so hurting for clickbaits or videos or views or whatever, that you choose not to help the person. You're standing right there. You could have been hollering to him, get out the car, get out the car, get out the car. The car, they said, was on fire. So you could have been a help to this young man, possibly helping him save his life. Y'all saw the car was on fire. You could have said, dude, the car on fire. It's going to blow up. Get out the car. Bam. Then you steady videoing. When he fell, I understand fire. Nobody wants to become involved with the fire. But if someone could have called earlier and had, because the police now usually has to come, plus they basically was on scene already. So they could have called the fire department in really quickly too. But how do we know how far the the fire station is? Don't my heroes. I would never blame them for anything. Because nowadays, because people have did so much to the EMTs and the fire people, they can't even go in first and get started on the job that needs to be done for saving people because of being attacked by bad bystanders. So see, we're always blaming someone and we're saying that they should be doing this or doing that. But what about your behavior on that sideline? Is your behavior detrimental to the people who are in a crisis at that point because you're videoing instead of helping? Hey, I'm just saying, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Of course, I appreciate everybody that stops by and just checks things out on this channel. We'll see how we grow. But yeah, people, it's time for us to start telling people the real deal. Not what you want to hear. Not everything is going to be all right and all of that. If you get into certain things, there's consequences. Trust me, I've paid them. So I know for sure. So there's consequences for doing many things. I've paid a lot of consequences for my actions. I can't blame anyone for my actions but me. Anything that I did, those were on me. I had to take the consequences. Still paying some consequences here right now today because of that. So that's why I'm here to let people know that you don't have to keep doing the same thing. You don't have to be doing what someone else does. You don't have to be a follower. Be a leader, right? So, people, I care about you. Pass these messages along because we need to start caring about each other and showing. And if someone doesn't know, we need to teach them. How my boy Drizzle Dollar doing? He reaching them. He not preaching. He not teaching. He reaching. And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to reach people that want to be helped, that know that what we're going through is a lot and that everybody is going through it and that we need to come together as a community to help one another to learn these life lessons by YouTube.